Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's episode of Les Morte d'Arthur. Tonight, the brave and noble knight Sir Tristram will come face to face with the deadly, bloody blows of Sir Agravaine and Sir Gawaine. And who will prevail in this mortal battle to the death of some of the most valiant knights in all the world? Who knows, ladies and gents? One thing is for sure. In half an hour's time, we shall know for certain, once the battlefield settles down, once the blood and the dust has been blasted all away, we shall know who stands strong in all of this. And I can't wait to find out. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Karen. Hello, Black Rabbit. Hello, Amanda. Come in. You're very welcome tonight. Come in. Pull up. Hello, Rabbit. Come in. Pull up a chair. Tonight's show will be suitably epic. We try to make them all suitably epic, but this will be especially so. I am very well, Rabbit. Thank you very much. I hope that you are well as well. I'm in a grand old mood today. I have a drink as well. That's also good. Good. No danger of my throat drying up tonight. We shall manage to get through tonight. It shall be fine. If you were watching the Grammys yesterday, do you know, Babeth, I don't blame you. I imagine that you, like many people throughout the world, were waiting for me to receive my Grammy award for my musical rendition of Auld Lang Syne the other week. I was expecting it. I was expecting a nomination at the very least. Possibly an Afternoon Achievement Award, which is like the Lifetime Achievement Award, but it's for smaller efforts. What can I say? The invitation to the Grammys must have been lost in the post. Either that, or perhaps, I just didn't make the cut-off in time. Clearly next year, Black Rose, next year I will be there for the Grammys, hanging out, chilling, singing old medieval songs. I've already been approached by one or two people for the Grammys, so fingers crossed. I couldn't possibly confirm, but it might be me. We'll never know. A hipster? No, Latifah. No. I'm a country boy. Through and through. But yes, next year, guys. Next year I will be at the Grammys. It will be grand. It will be excellent. I'm expecting to win Album of the Year for the musical renditions of Les Morte d'Arthur. Yes, a country boy, Latifah. A country boy through and through. Of course. And the after party is going to be you guys. Hemingway's dead, so I can't invite Hemingway to it. You guys will. So do we have to diss someone? If we're a crew, if you're my crew, does this mean that we have to diss Taylor Swift or something? Because I think everybody disses Taylor. We need to pick an artist that doesn't have any feuds at the moment. We need to pick someone who we can just really go in there for and slam, like Rick Wakeman. Nobody starts a feud with Rick Wakeman. That's it, ladies and gents. I'm going to diss Rick Wakeman live at the Grammys next year. I'll be like, oh, thank you for this award. It's way better than Rick Wakeman's Journey to the Centre of the Earth 2, which was just a shame of an album that should never have been written. If you wanted a good album, it would have been his Knights of the Round Table stuff. But oh no, you can't do that anymore, Rick. Yeah. They'll do a little shimmy dance, like a yeah. Yeah, that's it, ladies and gents. We're gonna start dissing Rick Wakeman. I'll need to be a bit witty. I'm not good at dissing people. But we'll get witty. We've got 12 months to think up the ultimate witty diss for Rick Wakeman. We're like, yeah, bring it, Rick. Bring it. Yeah. You're going to play the keyboard at me. I can take that. I can take your keyboard. I can do the keyboard. I can dance to your keyboard. Yeah. So, that's still to come, ladies and gents. Next year, of a catchphrase. Like, clearly, okay, you know what? One thing is clear here. If I'm going to win anything at next year's Grammys, more important than actually making an album of music, more important than having the talent to be nominated, more important than forming the crew, is we actually need to, come up with some witty things to say. If you can't think of anything witty to say, there's no point forming the crew, there's no point making the album, there's no point getting nominated. It needs to be witty disses, then forming the crew, then finding a name for the crew, then the album, then the nomination. Yeah, oh, but the banner's the back. Good point, Rabbit. The banner's missing. Where's my banner? Yeah. It is all about the speech. That's it. We just need to create the greatest music band ever that has actually not made any music at all. Good. Sorry, I forgot about the banner. The banner's back. Banner's back. I'm here. Grammys are coming up. Rick Wakeman, you're going down. Even though you haven't produced an album in probably 20 years, you're still going down. I'll take him. This, ladies and gents, is tonight's show. So, at the end of last night, there we go. We're going to get into the show now. Enough of me rambling. At the end of last night's show, ladies and gents, it was revealed to us that that great and noble knight, Sir Lamorak, had been slain, murderously slain, cruelly and treacherously slain in a way that has brought dishonour upon all knights by the wretched Sir Gawaine and... Yes, Sir Gawaine and his brothers Gawaine and Agravaine. Why? Why indeed, ladies and gents? I will tell you why they decided to slay the noble knight Sir Lamorak. It was thus. Sir Lamorak's father slew the father of Gawaine, Agravaine and Gawaine. The evil King Lot was slain at the hands of Lamorak's father. And so Gawaine and his kin conspired to slay Lamorak's father in vengeance over this act. However, once Lamorak was revealed to them, it was not enough for them that they had brought upon the death of Lamorak's father. They feared reprisal from Lamorak once again. And to make it even worse, not only did they fear reprisal, it was also discovered that Lamorak was sleeping with their mother. This they could not stand. Gawaine went and decapitated his mother in anger over the incident, and the men swore to end Lamorak's life. It was revealed to us last night that Lamorak's life has finally been ended. And in this happening, so has Tristram chanced upon Gawaine and his brother Agravaine. And Tristram, most noble knight in all of the realm, second greatest fighter, called them out as cowards, as traitors, as murderous scum. And he said that he would slay them if not for the fact that they were kin to King Arthur himself. So, ladies and gents, Tristram has, out of loyalty to his own king, King Arthur, agreed not to simply go and slay Lamorak's killers, Gawaine and Agravaine. But, ladies and gents, these knights are quick to anger. Quicker to anger than a wizard is subtle and quick to anger. For you see, ladies and gents, no sooner did Tristram leave them, those two knights turned to each other and conspired to both come upon Tristram in ambush and slay him because he called them out as cowardly knights. Ladies and gents, in tonight's show, we'll see just what happens when those murderous knights catch up with Sir Tristram. Just what happens when Tristram is forced to defend himself against both those knights. For surely upon that day, upon that hour that they strike him, all oaths and fealty will be lost, ladies and gents. At that point in time, his own word of honour to King Arthur will no longer bind him to leaving those men alive, and he shall be allowed to strike them, smite them, buffet them, and slash them in a way that is befitting of his greatdom as a knight. Ladies and gents, let us get into tonight's show. So, when those two knights had overtaken Sir Tristram, Sir Agravaine bade him, "Turn, traitor knight." "That's evil said," said Sir Tristram, and therewith he pulled out his sword and smote Sir Agravaine such a buffet upon the helm that he tumbled down off his horse in a swoon, and he had a grievous wound. Then he turned to Gawaine, and Sir Tristram smote his sword and his helm together with such a might that Gawaine fell out of his saddle. And so Tristram rode unto Joyous Gard, and there he alit and unarmed himself. And so, at that castle, Tristram told the beautiful Isolde of all of his adventure, as you have already heard. And when she heard him tell of Dinadan, "Sir," said she, "is not that he who made that song to King Mark that mocked him?" "That same knight is he," said Sir Tristram, "for he is the best joker and japer, and the noble knight of his hands, and the best fellow that I know, and all good knights love his fellowship." "Alas, sir," said she, "why have you not brought him with you?" "Have you no care," said Sir Tristram, "for he rides to seek me in this country, and therefore he will not be away until he has met with me." And there Sir Tristram told the beautiful Isolde of how Sir Dinadan had held against all lovers. And right so, at that moment there came in a varlet who told Sir Tristram how there was come an errant knight into the town, with such colours upon his shield. "That's Sir Dinadan," said Tristram. "Know you what you shall do?" said Sir Tristram. "Send for him, my lady Isolde, and I will not be seen, and you shall hear the merriest knight that ever you spoke with, and the maddest talker too. And I pray you heartily that you make him good cheer." Then, anon, the beautiful Isolde sent into the town and prayed Sir Dinadan that he should come to the castle and repose himself there with a lady. "With a good will," said Sir Dinadan, and so he mounted upon his horse and rode into the castle. And there he alit. He was unarmed and brought into the castle, and anon the beautiful Isolde came to him, and either saluted each other, and she asked him of whence he had come. "Madam," said Sir Dinadan, "I am of the court of King Arthur, and a knight of the Round Table. My name is Sir Dinadan." "And what do you do in this country?" the beautiful Isolde said. "Madam," said he, "I seek Sir Tristram, the good knight, for it was told to me that he was in this country." "It may well be," said the beautiful Isolde, "but I am not aware of him." "Madam," said Dinadan, "I marvel of Sir Tristram and more other lovers. What aileth them to be so mad and so sotted upon women?" "Why," said the beautiful Isolde, "are you a knight and yet not a lover? It's a shame to you. Wherefore you may not be called a good knight, but if you may quarrel for a lady." "God defend me," said Dinadan, "for the joy of love is too short, and the sorrow thereof and what comes thereof endures for very long." "Ah, said the beautiful Isolde. Say you not so? For here, fast by, was the good knight Sir Blobris, who fought with 3 knights at once for a damsel's sake, and he won her before the King of Northumberland. It was so, said Sir Dinadan, for I know him well to be a good knight and a noble one, and he came of noble blood. For all be noble knights, of whom he is come of, that is Sir Lancelot the Lake. Now, I pray you, said the beautiful Isolde, tell me, will you fight for my love with 3 knights who have done me great wrong? And insomuch as you are a knight of King Arthur's, I require you to do battle for me, she said. Then Sir Dinadan said this, I shall say that you are as fair a lady as ever I saw any, and much fairer than is my Queen Guinevere. But know well at one word, I will not fight for you with 3 knights. Jesus defend me. And then Isolde laughed and made good game of him. So he had all the cheer that she might make, and there he rested all that night. And on the morn, early, Tristram armed himself, and the beautiful Isolde gave him a good helm, and he promised her he would meet with Sir Dinadan, and they two would ride together into Lonazep, where the tournament should be. And there shall I make ready for you, where you shall see the tournament, he said. Then departed Sir Tristram with 2 squires that bore his shield and his spears, and they were great and long. Good evening, Frank! Frank, come in. Welcome to tonight's show, Frank. We are halfway through tonight's show, ladies and gents. Hello to everyone, by the way. Hello, Karen and Amanda. Hello, Black Rabbit and Marcella. Hello, Queen and Taz and Danny and Frank. Halfway into tonight's tale. It's okay, Frank. It's okay. We have seen so far Sir Tristram quickly fight, smite, and knock down Sir Agravaine and Sir Gerris, both who tried to slay him. For Sir Tristram is so great a knight that they pose little threat for him. Then we have heard how Sir Dinadan, fool to King Arthur's court, has come seeking for Tristram, though Tristram refused to be there when he came. He came instead upon the beautiful Isolde, where his complaint that knights fall too easily in love, and that he has no time for love, and that loving a woman is a silly thing. For love lasts only a short while, and the heartache that comes afterwards is so great it's not worth loving, and lasts so long it's not worth the time spent in loving, and so he will not be tricked into falling in love with anyone. Boo-hoo on him, and boo-hoo on you, Lars! You surely can't believe that! Come on, Lars. There's nothing quite so courtly and great as a knight as to be in love. That's what these guys are all about. You can be on board with that. Surely, good man. Surely, Lars. I don't believe you for a second, my friend. There you go. Lars has been brought around. But Sir Dinadan is not so quick to be brought around. Sir Dinadan has now gone off to a tournament, and Sir Tristram has armed himself and gone off after Sir Dinadan to fight at that tournament there to be seen in battle by that beautiful, beautiful Queen Isolde. So, we shall join and continue. That's right, Frank. Swords, not scissors. As we go and conclude tonight's tale. Then, after that, Sir Dinadan departed and rode his way at a great pace until he had overtaken Sir Tristram. And when Sir Dinadan had overtaken him, he knew him anon, and he hated the fellowship of him above all other knights. Ah, said Dinadan, are you that coward knight that I met yesterday? Keep yourself and be ready, for you shall joust with me upon your head. Well, said Tristram. I am loath to joust. And so they let their horses run, and Sir Tristram deliberately missed Sir Dinadan, and Sir Dinadan broke his spear upon Sir Tristram, and therewith Dinadan demanded that he should draw out his sword. Not so, said Sir Tristram. And why are you so angry? I will not fight. Fie, you coward, said Dinadan. You shamest of all knights. As for that, said Sir Tristram, I care not, for I will wait upon you, and I will be under your protection. For by cause you are so good a knight that you might save me. The devil deliver me of you, said Sir Dinadan, for you are as goodly a man of arms and of thy person as ever I saw, and the most coward that ever I saw. What do you intend to do with those great spears that you carry with you? I shall give them, said Sir Tristram, to some good knight when I come to the tournament, and if I see you do best there, perhaps I shall give them to you. So thus they rode talking, where there came an errant knight before them, that demanded that they should joust. Lo, said Tristram, yonder is one who will joust. Now, dress yourself and fight him, he said. Ah, shame betide thee, said Sir Dinadan. Nay, not so, said Tristram, for that knight beseemeth a shrew. Then shall I do so, said Dinadan. And so they dressed their shields and their spears, and they met together so hard that the other knight smote Sir Dinadan down from his horse. Alone, said Sir Tristram, it had been better if you'd have left. Fie on you, coward, said Dinadan. Then Sir Dinadan started up and got his sword in his hand, and he demanded to do battle on foot, whether in love or in wrath, said the other knight. Let us do battle in love, said Sir Dinadan. What's your name? Said that knight. I pray you, tell me. Know you well that my name is said. No, you will. I've lost my place. That my name, I was right. I thought I lost my place, but I didn't lose my place. I want that remembered. I didn't lose my place. That my name is said Dinadan. Ah, Dinadan, said the knight. My name is Gareth, youngest brother to Sir Gawaine. Then either one made of the other great cheer. For this Gareth was the best knight of all the brethren, and he proved a good knight. And ladies and gents, some of you might remember Sir Gareth of Orkney by his other name, Sir Bowman. Then they took their horses, and there they spoke of Sir Tristram, and how such a coward he was. And every word that Sir Tristram heard, and laughed them to scorn. Then were they aware that there came a knight before them, who was well horsed and well armed, and he made himself ready to joust. Fair knights, said Sir Tristram, look between you who shall joust with yonder knight, for I warn you, I will not have ado with him. Then shall I, said Sir Gareth. And so those two knights encountered together, and there that knight smote Sir Gareth over his horse's crew. How now, said Sir Tristram to Dinadan, dress yourself now, and revenge the good knight Gareth. That I shall not, said Sir Dinadan, for he has stricken down a much bigger knight than I am. Ah, said Sir Tristram. Now, Sir Dinadan, I see and feel well your heart faileth you. Therefore, now you shall see what I shall do. And then Sir Tristram rattled onto that knight, and he smote him down quite quickly from his horse. When Sir Dinadan saw that, he marvelled greatly, and in that he realised it was Sir Tristram. Then this knight that was on foot pulled out his sword to do battle. "What is your name?" said Sir Tristram. "Know you well," said that knight. "My name is Sir Palomides." "What knight do you hate most in all the world?" said Sir Tristram. "Sir Knight," said he, "I hate Sir Tristram to the death, and if I should meet with him, then one of us shall die." "You say well," said Sir Tristram. "And know you well then that I am Sir Tristram de Leon, and now do it your worst." When Sir Palomides heard him say this, he was astonished. And then he said thus, "I pray you, Sir Tristram, forgive me all my evil will, and if I shall live, I shall do you service with all other knights that be living, and whereas I owed you evil will, that I will sorely regret. I know not what aileth me, for it seems to me that you are a good knight, and no other knight that names himself a good knight should not hate you. Therefore," said Tristram, "take no displeasure at my unkind words." "Sir Palomides," said Sir Tristram, "you say well, and well I know that you are a good knight, for I have seen you proved, and many great enterprises have you taken upon you, and well achieved them. And therefore," said Sir Tristram, "if you have any evil will towards me, now may you right it, for I am ready at your hand to fight." "No, not so, my Lord Tristram. I will do you knightly service in all things as you command, and right so I will take you," said Sir Tristram. And so they rode forth on their way, talking of many things. "O my lord Sir Tristram," said Dinadan, "foully have you mocked me, for God knows I came into this country for your sake, and by the advice of my lord Sir Lancelot, and yet will not Sir Lancelot tell me the certainty of you, and where I should find you?" "Truly," said Sir Tristram, "Sir Lancelot knows well where I was, for I abode within his own castle." There we have it, ladies and gents. Sir Tristram has not only embarrassed Sir Dinadan, who has called Sir Tristram, though he didn't realise it was Sir Tristram at the time, a great coward, finally proving that Dinadan is himself a coward and showing him up. Then he has met with Sir Palomides, who has spoken such hatred, such desire to destroy good old Sir Tristram out of hate, not thinking that he was in fact before Sir Tristram. And when he realised that the man before him was Sir Tristram, and that Sir Tristram was stronger than him, and that if he were to fight to the death like he so wished, that he might not succeed, then he was swift to recount his words. Tristram, it seems, has had a bit of fun tonight, showing up these other men, But tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, we return for this. We shall continue to find out what happened at the tournament at the castle of Lonazep, and we shall find out more indeed, about the shameful death of Sir Lamorak. Ladies and gents, it happened off screen. Tomorrow night, we shall find out more about this. Tomorrow night, we shall return to discuss the death of Lamorak and the tournament of Castle Lonazep. Do not miss it. It shall be great. And no, Matt, I do not go to church on a Sunday or any other day. We won't do any more tonight, but tomorrow night, we shall do more Tales of Le Morte d'Arthur. It will be smite-terrific, it will be smite-terrific, it will be smitesome, it will be smite-tastic. It will be all those things, Danny. All that coming up tomorrow night I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys are all looking forward to it. We shall see. We shall see just what this grand tale has in store for us tomorrow night. But before we end tonight, ladies and gents, coming up on Poetry Live, I make a good talker here, Matt, but thank you. Coming up on Poetry Live, ladies and gents, we have some epic poetry for you. Now, as many of you know, I am a great fan of epic poetry. I love epic poems. Epic poems make the world go round. And my periscope is slightly out of sync with my lips, which is strange, but we'll just leave that be for the moment. I'm a great fan of epic poetry. I like to read it. And tonight I actually have a modern day epic poem. Tonight I am going to be reading an excerpt from Anne Carson's autobiography of Red, a modern day Canadian epic poem. What more could you possibly want? Monsters, hockey and epic poetry. It will be grand. It's coming up in a few minutes time. I've got the book here, I've got my drink here, I'm going to refresh my voice, and then, ladies and gents, I will see you back here no later than 9:35 UK time, so 3 minutes for some more Poetry Live. I cannot wait. Tonight's episode will be very, very special indeed. Hopefully I'll see you there. But if I don't, thank you for coming to tonight's show. So thank you, Karen. Thank you, Black Rabbit. Thank you, Rosella and Queen. Taz and Danny. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Lars and Elliot. And thank you, Matt as well. Thank you, all of you. Wonderful, wonderful people. I'll see you guys very, very shortly. Bye-bye. Swords, Frank.